watching this episode, I'm like, now I know Joey, woman bearing hips, Joey ain't up here trying to make some sense. Joey, you stood out there, those people's restaurant, cutting the shot, all that fussing and cussing in that southern twang. You come telling Kimberly, I ain't no idiot. Y'all see how Kimberly was looking at him? Kimberly said, you should. Don't get effed up. Now, you may make sense today, but yesterday you were sitting here eating chalk. Y'all, let's get into it, y'all. To my channel, Sass here. I'm here for the recap of life after Lockup, child. Honey, last night's episode, it was a filler. F-I-L-L-E-R, honey. Wasn't nothing really going on, but I'm here. Okay? How y'all doing? If you're new here, y'all already know what to do. Why haven't you hit the button? Stalking me on my Instagram, stalking me on here, stalking me on Twitter. But for some reason, you don't follow and you don't subscribe. See, that's stalkish behavior. You might as well join the family. Okay? Ain't that right, Sass? Child, let's start off with Kimberly and Joey, child. Well, they are at a restaurant that I have eaten at. What's the name of it, y'all? I wrote it down because I remember the Uptown Tavern. Yes, honey, I have partook in their food. Pretty good food. So they're out there eating, and you know, Joey still ain't mentioned a job, can't spell job, can't smell job. But he partaking in that food. And then they are talking about the house. And then Kimberly says, well, you know, I have something to tell you. Now, I have accused you of not being trustworthy. Okay? I've done said that you out here telling lies. Well, I've hid something from you. I'm not divorced. Kimberly, you should have told him that a long time ago, child. You should have told him that long time ago. But you're going to wait till date night to tell him that you ain't even divorced and y'all looking at a house. So then Joey, he gets up, okay, and he is hot. He was like, what? He said, you've been separated for a year. Okay, I thought you was divorced. What is going on? You been lying to me? You don't trust me? I don't trust you. So he gets on up, huffing and puffing. Okay? And then he goes outside, and honey, I couldn't understand nothing he said because every other word was a cuss word. Okay? Did he call her a B-I-T-C-H? Did he call her that? Kimberly? Did he call you a B-I-T-C-H? Y'all let me know if he did, Joey. Don't be calling her out her name. Yeah, she didn't tell you about the divorce, but you said that you love her. People you love, you don't call out the name, you bastard. See, I can call you that, because I don't love you. So he's fussing and cussing, okay? So then he says, you know what, she's still married, and we talking about getting the house. What am I getting the house for? So he can own it? He can tell me to get out? Because technically, she's still married. See, what is hers is his, what his is hers. Until they're divorced. Now, see, Joey was making some type of sense. But see, Joey, you don't have no job. What are you putting into this mortgage? What are you putting into this down payment? What have you done to help with the purchase of a home? And side note, did y'all know that the house that Kimberly and Joey are filming in is an Airbnb? Did y'all know that? You mean to tell me this whole time you can't film in your show. So you mean to tell me that's somebody else's house? Just so y'all know, Kim did purchase a house back in May. Okay? Kim was smart. She was real smart because, see, Joey's name is nowhere on this deed. Joey's name ain't nowhere on it, okay? And Kim's dad is a co-signer. So a house was purchased. Joey, your name ain't on it. Good for you, Kimberly. Good for you. Good for you. So anyway, Joey done had a temper tantrum, child. He done had a fuss. And then Joey comes back in and says, well, tomorrow we're going to see a lawyer. Again, Joey, with what money? See, Kimberly is going to see a lawyer. Okay? You may be there, but see, Kimberly is going to see, because see, she works. She got money. You don't. You spend her money. Talk about we going to go see a lawyer. You putting a whole lot of wheeze in these sentences when you ain't got a pot to piss in. So Kimberly, she apologizes. She says, I'm sorry. You know, I should have told you. I understand that you're upset. And then they start talking about if the baby is Joey's. And can we move on? Sure we can. Y'all still thinking about, oh, so y'all ain't subscribed yet? Oh, so y'all still thinking about it? Okay, well, I pull up the next couple. I give y'all a minute, you know, to think about it. Bitch, I'm from Memphis. What you know about me? G-L-O-N-N-G-L-E-R-R. Child, let's get them out the way. Britney and K Rock, honey, under 30 seconds. Britney talked to her PO, and her PO said, listen, I don't think it's a good idea for y'all to go and elope, okay? Texas ain't playing with y'all, okay? They will see it as a fraud. Not the actual wedding, but you going about getting married in order for you to come to Texas. Two felons shouldn't be living together. So that's what they meant by fraud. What did Britney do? Did Britney call K Rock? Did Britney explain this to K Rock? Did Britney say, you know what, K Rock, I talked to my PO, and my PO is saying this isn't a good idea. What do you think, my future husband? No, Britney didn't do that. Britney did the opposite. She got mad. And she says, you know what, my PO don't know what they're talking about. We're going to go ahead, and we're going to elope, and guess what? I'm not going to tell K Rock. So her friend, her homegirl who got good sense, her homegirl said, you know what, maybe you should tell K Rock. I ain't telling him. Now what you think about this dress? Girl, it's cute, it's cute. Go ahead and buy it. So it's the day of the elopement. They're at Coffee's, child, and Britney is having second thoughts. Britney is thinking about the elopement. Should she tell K Rock? She's keeping it secret. K Rock is all excited, you know, he's joking about wearing jeans or jogging pants, so everybody's just getting, you know, ready. So, of course, Britney waits till the day of the elopement. She looked real nice. Wedding dress was cute, the heels, the hair, the makeup, she looks really, really pretty. And K Rock looked nice, honey. K Rock, let me tell you about K Rock, honey. K Rock said, y'all ain't gonna catch me on camera dry. See, that's what K Rock said. Mama K Rock raised him right. Honey, his lips ain't never called his lips busted. Face ain't ashy, hair ain't dry. So everybody looked nice, okay? Britney's homegirl looked pretty. Coffee up there with the Pimp Daddy hat on. Honey, you can't tell Coffee nothing. So here comes, you know, Britney walking down the hill, child. And K Rock was like, girl, I ain't trying to get you to fall. So they down there, and then the Reverend, he was like, you know, it's so good being here. I'm so happy to be here. So they standing there. And Britney waits until the last minute and says, K Rock, I need to talk to you. I said, well, hell. Britney. Did y'all see the Reverend? The Reverend was like, let me get on out the way. So anyway, Britney is going to finally tell K Rock about her speaking to the PO, and maybe it's not a good idea, or possibly moving to Texas, and, you know, it may be considered fraud. Child, let's move on. Under 20 seconds. Louie is finally proposing to Melissa. He done wrote, "Will you marry me?" in the sand, child. They on top of the lighthouse. Melissa's still moaning and groaning about the argument and how Louie ain't doing what he should be doing and how she wants this. So it's date night. And she come climbing up 200 stairs in them hills, child. Kudos to you. Kudos to you, child, because I would have been like, absolutely not, child. Honey, I would have been winded at the 50th step. Nobody got time to be climbing that up, but she did. So they climbed up. He was like, "Will you hush?" Because, you know, the only thing she do is run her mouth and complain. Louie, Louie, Louie. So anyway, Louie said, "Look at this, Melissa. Look at what I did for you. You see that? Isn't this beautiful? Isn't it? Just take it in." So Melissa looks out. She was like, "Is that for me? Is that for me, Louie? What does that mean, Louie?" Louie gets on bended knee. He pulls out that $18,000 ring and he said, "Will you marry me, honey?" And she said, "Yes. Yes." Beautiful ring. And then she was like, "Is it real?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, it's real." He said, "This is what I've been working for. You out here whining and complaining about me training these women. This is what I've been working for." She was like, "Oh, I don't care nothing about that." Okay? I don't care nothing about, see, I got my two cowards. I don't care about that anymore. Okay? Train whoever you want to train. So anyway, I guess now there will be a wedding planned, child. So congratulations to Louie and Melissa. Child, let's move on. Daniel and Bianca. You know, I'm going to need for the Love After Lockup producers to get in touch with some counselors on this show. NA, AA, mental health, people who specializes in PTSD, anything. And they don't have to film it. But I want them to go ahead and get some of these participants help, because Daniel needs it. And so does Bianca. So we have Daniel and Bianca, and honey, Daniel is making some coffee. Honey, coffee gate. We are going to hear about this for the rest of our lives. So he's making some coffee. Did y'all see how small that coffee maker was? Honey, that looked like he only makes 2 cups of coffee. I said, what is going on with this coffee maker? Is that an Airbnb too? Anyway, Joey brings up to Bianca that he talked to Robert. And so Bianca was like, "Yeah, what about it?" And he said, "Listen," he said, "Robert told me that you said that you had a drinking problem." She says, "I did not." And I was like, "Bianca, yes you did." Now, I thought that you meant it in like a sarcastic manner. Here you are talking about you didn't even say it. And you can talk about, "No, I didn't say that. He was drunk." Why you listening to him? Helping, you was drunk too. So obviously you don't remember saying it. Lord, these two. So Bianca was like, and he was drunk. Why you listening to him? And he was like, "Well, do you have a problem?" She was like, "No, I don't have no problem." So then he brings up her running her mouth about the bedroom. He said, "Why are you talking about Robert, about what's going on in our sex life, about my lack of foreplay?" And she was like, "Well," she was like, "You know, we was just talking and maybe I shouldn't have said that, but it's true. You know, you just do a little stick and move, okay? I'm going to need a little bit more than that. I need to be, you need to be a little bit more romantic, a little bit more gentle, a little bit more loving, caring. You know, I like it a little rough and tough in my Afro puff sometimes, but sometimes I like it to be a little soft and caring and nurturing." She didn't say all that, but you know I added that in. And so Daniel says, well, I get it, okay? But you got to realize I've been cooped up around dudes for 5 years. I've been in prison, and I'm a little rusty, okay? So it's going to take me some time to, you know, ease up a little bit, okay? Maybe I was a little hard. No pun intended. Okay, but I will soften up a little bit. I will try to be a little bit more romantical. Okay? All right, just give me a little bit of time. Let me work on it. Okay? And then here comes Bianca talking about he don't even know where her poopa is. I said, not that. Daniel, now it's really time for you to learn the game now. Okay? I was not Velma looking for a glasses kind of searching. Stop it. Okay? Now, Daniel, I'll give you a little bit of grace because you have been, you know, you've been cooped up, as you say, in prison, but it's time for you to work it out. Because, see, Jesus will work it out so you can work it out, child. So then Bianca's like, let's go for a walk. And they went for a walk. And child, this is where the counseling needs to happen. Daniel and Bianca was walking all of 30 seconds. And then he's talking about the open air, the sky, the trees, the cactuses, and how it's overwhelming, and how he just, he don't believe it. And he says that this is a lot. That's all he said. This is a lot. This is a lot. And so Bianca was like, what? This is a lot. This is a lot. Then they got to arguing about how you hold each other's hands. Then she was like, you're not holding my hand right. Then he says, you're slipping away. And she was like, what are you talking about? He said, don't you cuss at me. Honey, Bianca done got the cross, not fly. Daniel and her done got the fussing about the moon, stars, and the sky. I said, Daniel walks away. Bianca is like, I don't know what I did. Why is he mad? Why is he upset? Everything was going well, and now all of a sudden he picking fights. So Daniel says that, you know, him coming out of prison, him all of 3 days, him being out of prison, this is overwhelming. The fresh air, the heat, the cactuses. See, everything is overwhelming. Well, Daniel, it's a whole lot out here in this world. A whole lot. So you're going to need to talk to somebody. Okay? You got a lot of time on your hands, Daniel. I'm going to need for you to get a job. Okay? So he's talking about, it's a lot. So Bianca's looking for him. Now, mind you, he was only gone for 10 seconds. But she was wandering around like he had been gone for 3 days. Girl, he went across the corner. So she was like, are you okay? I'm so sorry. Are you okay? What happened? Oh, God. So here is Daniel explaining it to Bianca. Bianca says, child, his PTSD is out of this roof, honey. Okay? And I'm going to give him a little bit of grace. And let's hope that, you know, he'll work it out. So then, you know, he apologizes and he gives her a hug. And he was talking about, listen, I can't marry her right now. Okay? I cannot marry her. I'm dealing with a lot. She's a lot. And I ain't going to give her this ring. Because, see, that's what, you know, Bianca wants. Bianca wants a marriage. Bianca wants children. And Bianca wants to be with Daniel, child. So, let's move on. Best story of the episode. Last and most definitely least, Z and Troy. Child, Z's parents' house done caught fire. I said, oh my God. I hope everybody's okay. Everybody's okay. It was an electrical fire. Let me tell you, that's one of the scariest things. I hope, never, ever, ever will I have to go through something like that. A fire, oh God, that is so scary. But everybody's okay. Z says that her son was there. And, you know, but it was some, you know, damage, of course. to the home, and the parents are staying at a hotel temporarily. So Z brought up her going to see the psychic. And she said that the psychic said it was going to be chaos, it was going to be hurt, it was going to be turmoil. If that was the case, that the psychic seeing this fire coming, wouldn't you think that the psychic would have said, there's a fire coming, there's heat, there's smoke, there's chaos? Wouldn't you think she would have said that, Z, if she could see the future? Flames, you know, any of those words, honey. So now Z is thinking that it's her fault because of this fire, because she don't went to go see a psychic. And she says that her mama haven't been talking to her, not picking up the phone because of this fire. Because her mama thinks that, you know, she done set off some evil spirits, and that is what caused this fire. Well, it's awfully funny that when Z called her mom picked up on the first ring. So here is Z talking about, hi mom, listen, you know, I know you're mad at me, you're not talking to me, is it because I seen a psychic? And the mama said, now listen here, heifer, I done told you, we don't believe in those evil spirits. If you got God in your life, you don't need to go see a psychic. That's evil. Okay? Now you're acting foolish. Leave that alone. So here is Troy and Z's dad going to the church to set up for a community funded event, because a community event, because the nonprofit organization is trying to get more people in the community involved, you know, their name out there, because honey, the finances is a hot mess and they need to get this ball rolling. Okay, so while they're doing that, Z mom is coming over to talk to Z. Y'all see Mama Z walk through that door with that Angela Davis afro? I said you better do it. Mama Z said, now I ain't one to play with, okay? All right? Say something. Honey, that afro was crisp. And did I see a little afro sheen and glitter in that afro? I ain't even mad at Mama Z. And she had an accessory on the side. Don't play with her. So Mama Z and Z are talking, and then Z tells us that she was adopted. Okay? That she was adopted. That she just now is having a somewhat relationship with her dad and her half-siblings. And she says that it's been, you know, lethargic. That it's really helped her, you know, with her growth, with her, you know, going through the stages of, you know, being adopted, her mental state. Also, she says that she would like for her biological dad to walk her down the aisle. And honey, Mama Z said, sure, he's going to be standing beside your father. Okay? Don't give him too much. All right? Now, it's good that you want to have a relationship with your father, but don't be giving him too much. See, remember who raised you. Your father. Okay? All right, he raised you. Okay? Don't give him too much. Mama, okay? I want dad to, you know, be the preacher. All right? I want him to be over the wedding. You know, but I want my biological dad to walk me down the aisle. And so we know they're having financial issues. They having problems paying the rent. Okay? The nonprofit is struggling. Okay? So they're going to need some help with this wedding. And so she told Mama Z, she said, you know, we're going to need a little help. And Mama Z said, with what? She said, with this wedding, you know, finances. Mama Z was like, don't you know our house just burnt down? We just had a fire. And you come talk about you want us to help with a wedding. She didn't say that, y'all. But she said, all right, let's see what we can work with. We'll help you. Okay, so anyway, Z was saying how Mama Z and Daddy Z, you know, she was so thankful and blessed to have them in her life, to have them as the ones that raised her, because without them, there's no, there is no telling where she will be. And then she says that as she got older, I think she was 18 years old, she reached out to her biological mother via, I think, Facebook or social media. And honey, her biological mother didn't want to have nothing to do with her. How sad. How sad. Her biological mother was 16 years old, and she, I guess, thought that she couldn't take care of Z, and she gave her up for adoption. And to know that you have a biological mother out there who didn't want you, and then you reached out to her to have some type of, conversation or connection, and then she just don't reciprocate, oh man, that would hurt my feelings as well. I mean, that's hurtful. And I get why Z struggles with that. I would struggle with that too. It's kind of making sense as to why Z is the way she is. Is that just me, y'all? It's kind of making sense to me, okay? It's hard and it's hurtful to know that your biological parent, don't want you. But there is a silver lining, child. You had two great people, in your words, that raised you, and kudos to them. Okay, I always felt like people who take in foster children, adopt children, I think that is such a thoughtful, selfless act. And I always praise people who do that for the right reasons. And it looks like Mama Z and Daddy Z did it for the right reasons. And strong shout out. Strong shout out. Okay? All right, y'all, that's it. What did y'all think of the episode? Y'all let me know. Sound off in the comments. To my new subscribers, welcome to the family. And I will be having a news you can use either Monday or Tuesday, one or the other, okay? To my Sister Wives crew, I will be talking about Sister Wives Wednesday night, okay? Wednesday night, Sister Wives, Monday or Tuesday news you can't use, all right? I appreciate y'all and I love y'all. Y'all know what to do. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe, all right? And until next time, friends, bye.